Hello everyone, this is Olga from It Is Already Yours, and today I'm going to talk about my specific process to becoming a powerful manifestor. Now I do actually want to share a little bit about my journey with you in this video, but before I do jump in, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. Your support just means so much to me. Okay, so how did I start? How did I become a powerful manifestor? My spiritual journey or spiritual awakening kind of catapulted this, and it started many years ago, probably in my early 20s, but I wasn't too sure or aware of what exactly was going on. There weren't many like-minded people around me. I had always been fascinated with crystals and energy work and quantum physics, but I didn't truly know what it meant to be spiritual. I could always tune into other people and feel their energy and emotions, and I didn't even know that this is what an empath was. I just thought it was normal. Didn't everyone just do that? Like, yeah, that's what I thought. Couldn't everyone feel other people's emotions? Anyway, one day I was watching Oprah and they were discussing a book called The Secret, and at first, I'll admit, I was like, what on earth are these people talking about? And then all of a sudden something just really clicked in me. All the things that I'd had this general overview about, like energy and our connection to the universe and all the living things and the way we create our reality with our thoughts, it all just clicked. So then, of course, I bought the book and the DVD. Does anyone remember what DVDs are? So yes, I was watching the DVD and reading this book, and I really clearly remember the exact kind of quotes that brought it all together for me. And one was from the absolutely amazing Bob Proctor, saying something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, when you look at your hand, you think it's solid, right? But if you were to put your hand under a powerful microscope, you will see that you're just this powerful vibrating energy. And then he said something like, the only energy you can attract is the energy you are in harmonious vibration with. And if you change your perception, you'll change your results. And then Rhonda Byrne said something like, the possibility of that version of you already exists on the frequency of the most magnificent version of you. And then they quoted Buddha and they said something along the lines of, all that we are is a result of what we have thought. And I'm not sure if something kind of awoken on a cellular level, but I was totally like, whoa, I get it. And as I continued reading and researching other amazing manifesting teachers like Neville Goddard, I was just feeling inside of me on a really deep level that I couldn't really explain at the time, and that this was simply true. It was the truth. And I just knew when I was reading about it, I just had this feeling that this is so true. It kind of aligned to my inner knowing that I kind of had all my life, but because I wasn't really aware that I could so easily tune into it and trust it, I just kind of ignored it. But all in good time, right? We're exactly where we're meant to be right now. And at the time, even though I knew it was kind of the truth, I didn't really do anything amazing with it. I tried to apply mindfulness around my thoughts, and I ensured that they were positive and that I only focused on what I did want, not what I didn't want. But that's probably as far as it went. I don't think I understood or fully understood the power of it. Or maybe, more accurately, I didn't trust my own ability to create anything special. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So I didn't truly focus too much on it. I just really knew that it was such cool info to know. So anyway, I got to a point in my life where something very significant happened, and it caused my other level of spiritual awakening. I like to say that the universe well and truly kicked my butt and turned my life upside down. And I think it was because I was suppressing my spiritual ascension for a bit too long. And I might talk a little bit more about this in another video because some people have asked me about it. But I feel like I was ignoring my purpose for a bit too long and ignoring this knowing that I had inside me. And I had like a blasting open type of awakening. And this happened in 2016, where I got to a point in my life where I was just extremely unhappy, and I was truly seeking to understand myself. I was seeking to understand life. I was seeking to understand my relationships, and I just felt that there were still so many missing pieces. And I did feel really alone, and I felt lost. And I didn't really understand what the heck was going on because I had a job that paid well, which of course I didn't feel aligned to at all. I had two of the most beautiful babies in the world who did bring me so much joy, and they still do. They're my best friends. They're the absolute best. And I had a beautiful home. But at the time, my husband and I at the time had completely grown apart and changed as people. And I was like, why is my life like this? And why do I feel so unhappy and lost and so very alone and so misunderstood? And it was actually quite a dark time. And at the same time, I always had this tugging feeling that there was more to life than this, that my purpose in this life is meant to be so different to what I was actually doing. And yeah, I was just really confused, and I guess lost is the best word to describe it. So what happened was I had a spiritual awakening, and I went through what is called the dark night of the soul, and my marriage fell apart completely, and I went through a really messy, really ugly divorce, and I lost almost everything I had worked really hard for, and I was left with a lot of debt. And it was such a crazy blur at the time, and the pain was unbearable. Anyway, after all that settled down and I was trying to heal from it, I was completely exhausted, completely depleted, and felt even more lost than I did before. And I was feeling like I'm so over this. I'm so over being who I am. I'm so over feeling this way. And I just felt over everything. Everything. That's the best way I can describe it. I just felt over it. I felt over life. I felt over everything that was in the moment and within that period. And in that very moment, a brand new recognition just awoke within me. I guess this is why it's called an awakening. It did literally feel like an awakening of someone else living in my body. And that recognition, it was still. It was quiet and peaceful. And at the same time, I received a pretty powerful message, the most powerful message I'd ever received. And essentially the message was, Olga, none of this is who you are. None of this chaos, none of this mess is what you really are. It's not even close to what you are. And I remember thinking, wow, okay, I'm here in this present moment, and what you are is absolute perfection. You are this stillness, being able to observe. It is here, and it's never going away now, and that's the truth of you. And that's the truth of everything and everyone else in this existence. So this message came to me in the form of a type of knowing. And when I woke up the next morning, I wasn't quite attuned to the fact that I'd had like a full-blown awakening or anything like that. But I remember looking around, like around my house, my workplace, and the people I knew, and just feeling like everything and everyone looked different. And I knew something significant had happened. Wasn't quite sure what yet. So I started Googling and researching what I had experienced, and then I came across the terms spiritual awakening and dark night of the soul. And I was like, oh, I see. And then after that, I kind of looked more so into energy and all the beautiful research that proves that we are all just energy. And of course, like energy attracts like energy. You manifest what you are. What you think and feel in here is reflected back into your reality out there. So this is how it started, my journey, and how I became a master manifester. And this is the most significant part, because in that awakening, I recognized that I was the universe in human form. I am the universe. And the heart's desires, what's actually in my desire, my heart, is my birthright. I'm allowed to feel that. And in that, I realized that I am perfection because the universe created me so. And that I am loved, that I am love, which is the universal currency, right? And every single moment that essence of love is everlasting and eternal. And I've always had access to it inside my own being. So essentially, I woke up to the fact that I am the universe in human form. And my belief is that we all are. And combining this fact and knowledge of energy and subconscious mind work, I have become a pretty powerful manifester. And of course, it took a little while to fully understand and implement all the principles of the law of attraction and the law of vibration. And of course, to trust myself, my ability to actually bring this into action. But things started moving quite quickly after the awakening. And I did notice that I could align to things that I desired, and that I was able to manifest things quite quickly. And a lot started to manifest for me very fast after that. how I was doing that was I could feel that nothing was missing, that everything's perfect the way it is. And this is so important. This is really a very important component of manifesting, that feeling that nothing is missing, that the thing I wasn't actually missing is always right there, always. That feeling is probably the most important aspect, or one of the most important aspects of manifesting. So sometimes we kind of forget what manifesting is about, and we get really focused on the things that we want. And it's fine. You can want these things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If a dream or a desire is in your heart, it's been placed there for a reason. If you want things, you go and get things, and it's completely fine. However, the reason you're able to do that is because you are infinite. And that's why you're able to manifest, because you are an infinite being. Do you see and feel how significant that is, knowing that? So I know that I'm infinite, and you can say, I know I'm God or the universe or spirit or source, whatever resonates for you. I know that I am that. I know that I'm love, and I know that I'm perfect in here, because the universe doesn't make mistakes. And when you're able to feel that wholeness about yourself and about life, and when you're able to feel that nothing is missing, even if it kind of looks like it is on the outside right now, but it's not internally, nothing is ever missing. And when you know that, honestly, when you practice that, when you are living in that, knowing and trusting, you are a powerful manifester. So that's a really brief overview of my spiritual awakening. It was quite a significant event in my life that kind of changed everything for me. It did not mean that my life got perfect. It's not at all. I still had to integrate the awakening for many years, and I had to learn how to understand what happened to me. And it was really, really big. I knew immediately that I was now seeing life in a very different way. But I didn't immediately understand what happened to me, or like why it happened. And it is definitely an ongoing journey of learning and growing. It's deep, it's beautiful, it's confusing, it's all the things. So moving forward then, I continue to manifest with focused intention. Only sometimes, and sometimes I would just like live in the beauty and peace of the present moment and like not really care what came in and out of my life. But then a couple of years ago, I became really interested in manifesting again. So I became a trainer and a practitioner of NLP, time techniques, hypnotherapy, and some other really cool modalities where I train and certify other life coaches to go out in the world with these tools and create deep subconscious mind shifts and help people change their lives. And I've truly helped my clients and students realize that their subconscious mind programming and limiting beliefs and negative emotions is what is actually holding us back in life. And in that process, I had another awakening. And that realization was that everything is me, and that we're all connected and we're all one. You can look up the universal law of oneness if you want to learn more on that. So it was the awakening of everyone, and everything in your life was you pushed out. And I was able to blend together all the really powerful subconscious mind work I was doing with the principles of the law of attraction and law of vibration, which of course everything I was learning and doing just came together beautifully. And then it all just made sense. I always knew that we were all connected. I always knew the truth of oneness, okay, after my awakening. I knew the truth of everything came from source energy. But I still believed in separation due to a certain degree because that was my current reality. But then when I woke up to the recognition that everything is my perception of what is, then I became a really powerful manifester, because I realized that if I awoke, and a lot of people awaken too, then nothing can go against what I'm creating. Like not even another person. We believe that other people can mess up our manifestations. And up until that point, I think I did believe the same. I would wrestle a lot, in particular with manifesting a beautiful relationship or money. And I thought money or relationships were acting out of their own accord. And what I didn't really get was that I was actually controlling how they show up in my life with my thoughts and beliefs of who they were. So then that was the next layer of becoming a powerful manifester. And of course, was awakening to the fact that everyone is you in here pushed out. If I were to say what was the most significant thing to help me lead me to understanding manifestation, it's awakening to our infinite nature. So if you tune into your infinite nature and you're knowing that you are the universe or God or source or spirit, whatever you resonate with, and you really know that if you feel the deep truth of that and you are living there, of course you're going to manifest everything you want. There is nothing getting in the way. Nothing. And then, of course, when you know that you're also controlling even other people with your thoughts and feelings and beliefs, well, then you won the game. It's not about who they are. It's about who you believe you are and how they show up for you. And that's kind of how I felt when I learned that. I was actually dictating how people showed up with me, their relationship with me. And then I literally felt like I had a visual of playing a game. And it was like, my goodness, game over. I won the game. So this is how I became a powerful manifester. I hope you enjoyed this video and that little bit of insight into my personal story. If you did like it, please hit like and ensure you're subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate your support so much. I would really love to hear in the comments what you think. And thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you in the next video. And for now, I send you so much love and light. Bye.